I'm Valerie Carney, and I'm the lead of the Poultry Innovation Partnership, which is housed at the University of Alberta. And I've been a member of Poultry Science Association for 30 years, since I was an undergraduate. So I am a true blue city girl. I grew up in the city, but I used to say I resided in the city and I lived on the farm because every chance I got, I would be on the farm. My grandparents had a farm. That's where I really felt like I was living. So I had sort of the farm experience and that heart for agriculture. I remember, being on the farm and having to go pick eggs, and those hens would attack me, or the roosters would attack me coming into the pen, and it was just like scary for a little kid. I remember, this is a long time ago, walking up to outhouse, and the gander got a hold of me and created a big blue blister on the back of my leg with his beak and beat my legs black and blue with his wings. So to be honest with you, I was kind of scared of poultry for a long time. I wanted to be a vet. That was my big plan, and I went to school to be a veterinarian, and I finished my first degree, and that didn't work out. My first experience with university was a rough one, and so there was another option, another way that I could get into vet school, and that was to go through agriculture. And I was still determined that I was going to vet school. And I remember my very first class was monogastric nutrition, and it was swine and poultry. And I remember thinking at the time, I knew a little bit about swine because of my background. And then the poultry guy started to speak, and I thought, oh, great. I know nothing about poultry, and he mumbles. At the time, ostriches and emus were a big thing in our province. And so Frank invited us. Somebody had some ostrich hens that had died, and he said that he was going to dissect them, and he really wanted to look at the ovary. And I thought, well, that sounds a little interesting to me. So I went to that, and that was a turning moment for me. I was so excited about, it was a different way to be engaged with animals and use that scientific brain and that inquisitive curiosity. So that really sparked me into like, what else can I do? And I never did apply for vet school because once I learned about research, I was excited about it. So I really took the opportunity to take in internships. And when I was doing my PhD, I actually went to Aviagen and did an internship with them. They hadn't really had a program for interns. I kind of said, here's some great ideas that I have to do research in your facilities. What do you think? And so I kind of made my way into Aviagen. And so that was actually, once I graduated, I was hired as a research geneticist. There's so many moments that I look back and I think, wow, I can't believe we did that. And each one kind of builds on the one before. Whenever we would finish a big project, I'd be so excited. Look what we did. And when I say we, that's a really important part of my career. And I think it would be, I would be remiss to not acknowledge that where I am today is because of the people that I worked with. And most notably would be my colleague, my friend, my partner in crime, Brenda Reimer. Yeah, the one who's recording this right now, Brenda Reimer. We've been together worked together for 16, 17 years now. A good team. Where I'm strong, she's less strong, and where she's strong, I'm less strong. So we play to our strengths, and we've been able to accomplish some amazing things. And I'm just looking forward to some of the great things that we have going forward. I'm so thankful for everything that I learned from my late friend, Dr. Derek Emerson. He was a friend, a brother, a boss, and I just learned so much from him. But the one that's been, sort of with me throughout my career from beginning to end is Dr. Frank Robinson. And I just can't thank Frank enough for all the ways that he has encouraged me, set some stretch goals for me, mentored me, and just opened up opportunities for me. Yeah, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Frank. I remember uh, when I started as a master's student, and I saw somebody give their dissertation, present their dissertation, and I went to Frank immediately and I said, uh, I was just starting. Frank, I'm going to have to quit. Let's just save us all some time and some grief, and I'm just going to quit because I will never be able to do that. And he would not let me quit. And I could say that a number of times over the last 30 years that he just wouldn't let me quit. And I'm really thankful for that. So. PSA, I remember going to my first poultry science meeting. I was an undergraduate student, and at that time, Frank required that all of us graduate and undergraduate students attend the business meeting. And I remember at that time making sort of this little personal vow that one day I was going to be president of the association. So, I don't know, 25 years later, it actually came to be. So when I think about how poultry science has benefited my career, of course there's those things like, you know, the publications and the stature of the journal. But for me, it really is about the people. Being connected to other poultry scientists around the world has been huge. And as I'm developing programs and trying to bring research and get it into action in our industry, it's so great to be connected to such a strong community of scientists and researchers. Yeah, you know, I'm a geneticist by training. So one of the things that really I see as a problem is just having new people coming into the industry, new students, new graduates that can serve some of those roles like like a quantitative geneticist. There's still a need for that. Knowledge working with broiler breeders. And of course, we have challenges around welfare and environment and resource use. That's going to be a big one as our resources become more challenged. You know, how do we become more efficient, or can we use different feeds, those types of things. You know, taking those extra things. And not just about poultry or agriculture, music, whatever. You know, there's so much to enjoy, and when you're in university, really taking those opportunities. Studying is important, but really enjoying that whole campus life is a really important thing. The other one is to join an organization like Poultry Science. It's hard to articulate all the ways that being a part of Poultry Science has helped me, but you know, again, I'm here as a fellow of the Poultry Science Association, and it didn't happen overnight, but because of those different experiences and how they've helped me through my career and the opportunities in poultry science, it's, you know, they each one builds on the other and can take you to a new place that you never thought you'd go. This one's an easy one for me because I say it all the time, and it really is, we're better together. And I really believe in working together as teams, as different groups to accomplish a goal. And you know, I'm in the perfect organization right now because we work with the industry, with the academic organizations, and with the government to really try to advance the poultry industry. I am truly humbled to be a poultry science fellow. And when I look at the long list of fellows that have come before me, I think there's such distinguished people there. And in some ways, I feel like, how could it be me? But I am also very thankful for the opportunities that I've had to, you know, in leadership roles and just to benefit benefit from being a part of the association. And I hope that in some way I've contributed to making the association better. So I think it's such an honor to be recognized in this way, and professionally it just gives me confidence that the work that I do is valuable, and you know, and I'm being recognized for it, and going forward, it makes me more determined to recognize others for the great work that they do, that also contributes to, to the betterment of the poultry industry and the poultry science community as a whole. So.